All right, so welcome back. If you just now tuning in, if you didn't see part one of this, you might want to go back and see part one before we jump off up into this. You understand what I'm saying? But if you are already keeping up, we're about to go ahead and jump in at the real reason why Vivica A. Fox, Lisa Ray, the princesses with the T is what I would like to call them instead of the queens with cocktails or cocktails with whatever their names is. Yeah, we're finna get into the real reason why they dislike Kevin Samuels and why they going so hard on him in his death. They didn't do this while he was alive. They didn't respond to this video in his life that I know of. If I'm wrong, please correct me. You understand what I'm saying? And if you have any type of if you feel any differently than I feel, you can respectfully let me know in the comments. You understand what I'm saying? I appreciate all kinds of ideas, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep it respectful. Let's go ahead and jump up in it right now.
Ladies, you're judged by the kind of man, the quality and caliber of the man you can attract and keep. What's going on? Black folks over the age of 40 are some of the most unmarried people in the history of the world. And we keep asking the question, why? Marriage filings are up, but not in Black America. Black folk, we still operating like nothing's changed. And my guess is, while the court system and this and that, the laws are the same for everybody in this country, Black folks look at relationships differently. And one of the big reasons we look at relationships differently is because we're unmarried. Prior to 1960, Black people were married at a rate of 80%. That was through Jim Crow, segregation, slavery, spitting on the back of the bus, lynching, and everything else, married at a rate of 80%. Afterwards, below 30%. And I have a suggestion. My grandparents' generation married at a high rate. My mother's generation, they were married at a rate of probably about 75% of my grandparents' generation. My generation, probably about 50% of my grandparents' generation. Because we had a different kind of woman. My grandmother used to say, I feel sorry for you, baby. The women these young girls ain't nothing like women should have been. It used to bother my grandmother that all of her grandsons were going to have to deal.
How many times have y'all heard grandma call somebody fast? Hell, they may have called you fast. Your grandma may have called you fast. And you didn't like it, but she was telling you something from a loving place so you can correct your actions. But since he's a Black man, he don't get that same treatment.
And why is all this important? Because this is the run up to it's a run up to what I'm about to show.
Y'all stay tuned.
Is this what's wrong with Black relationships? I think what's wrong with Black relationships in large part is Black women have no respect for Black men. It doesn't matter if you're a high value, alpha, productive, competitive, successful, whatever modifier you want to put on it.
And again, he's not talking about all Black women. I'm not talking about all Black women. We're talking about a specific class of women. But these are the women who are poisoning the community with this mind frame. Because they are teaching the youth the same thing. They are not instilling nothing great into the next generation.
For a lot of Black women, it still ain't good enough. Lonnie, love anybody? You know what? Better than I can show you. Better than I can tell you, I can show you. Ice Cube went to...
Now joining us now is a legendary...
Ice Cube went to Fox. He went over to Fox Soul to discuss his contract with America. He's been everywhere, and he has been getting lambasted by a bunch of people, in my opinion, who are foolish. D.L. Hewley came out and said some real retarded stuff, in my opinion.
Raccoon.
But he went here, and we're going to break down this video, and we're going to open the call.
Okay, so if y'all don't know, Ice Cube presented a proposition to both parties, Democrats and Republicans, because they were running for office, right? This was during the elections. It would be smart for one person to propose a proposition to both parties, because either one of them could become in office. One is already in office, and one could take over the office. So, if you want something done for your people, you don't have to choose one or the other. You can present a proposition, a business deal to both sides. See which side decides to sit down with you, or if both sides decide to sit down with you, see which side gives you the best options. This is what people who make business deals do. But see, some of these black people and black women like this, with this mind frame, don't understand this. They get so tied up into their feelings, and we've been programmed to vote Democrat straight down. We've been programmed to not ask for no tangibles. America owes reparations to black people who are descendants of American slavery. Simple and plain. And so what Ice Cube did was present a proposal, which was called the Contract for Black America. And he asked both parties to sit down and talk with him. The Democrats decided to wait till after the election, is what they said, is what Ice Cube said. They would wait till after the election to sit down and speak with him. But Trump's administration sat down with Ice Cube, and the internet just blew this up as if Ice Cube was a Trump supporter. Because us black people, we can't do nothing that's outside of what's dumb. We have to do something dumb in order to be considered real, in order to be considered black. So, what I mean by dumb is not weighing your options. Black people, we've been not weighing our options since forever. We just been voting Democrat. What good has that got us? I ain't saying the Republicans are better, because I'm not neither one of them. But I'm saying what we need to do is gather amongst each other, like what Ice Cube decided to do. Put together some type of pact. What we need, what we demand, and present it to both parties. And whichever party decides to act on those promises, that's the party that we'll vote for. That makes sense to me. But nah, we got to do some nigga shit. Shall we proceed?
Because I want you to understand something. This is Ice Cube, Mr. NWA, niggas with attitudes, Mr. Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown.
Yo.
Mr. No Vaseline. You don't get any more street cred than the OG gangster rapper Ice Cube. On this platform, you have Claudia Jordan, Selena Johnson, Vivica Fox, and Lisa Ray. You wouldn't even know who Lisa Ray was if it wasn't for Ice Cube and putting her on in Players Club. Lisa Ray still be in Chicago somewhere.
Excuse me.
Ice Cube made Lisa Ray a household name and put her in position to become the wife of the Prime Minister of Turks and Caicos. Vivica Fox, 90s B-list, wasn't A-list. She had her moment. But you know what? We had a lot of beautiful, attractive.
That's why they said that he's not a high-value man. This is why they're going so hard against him in his death. Why is he not considered a high-value man? The man had money, he had wisdom, and he was giving back into the community by instilling some critical thinking and telling you to look at yourself and not just, But anyway.
Active, strong, corporate, professional women in the 90s who are haunting us today. You see them everywhere. Garcelle Beauvais off of the real. You can't swing a cat without mentioning these women. And what's in common with all of them? Unmarried busybodies. Why do I call them busybodies? Because they don't have any business.
And we're also very appreciative of you taking the time to come talk to us here. I know everyone's trying to get a piece of you and talk to you and have you on their platform. So we definitely appreciate that. So thank you. I want to ask you just out the gate how you're doing. You know, how have you been coping with the pandemic, the civil unrest? These are, I mean, Black people have always been through trying times, but it's a little extra right now on top of our regular stress.
Getting different.
We got another layer on top. You know, we got 10 on 20 right now. So how are you doing?
Remember what she just said. Black people have always gone through trying times, and it's a little extra right now. And then Vivica, it sounded like that was Vivica who said it's hitting different. Now, it may have been Lisa. I don't know. But anyway, remember that. We're going to come back to that, all right?
I'm doing good. You know, the pandemic, it hit everybody and caught everybody off guard. And then the thing with George Floyd happened.
Yes.
Which shook everybody to our core. You know, when you hear a man, you know, scream for his mama, I think everybody in the world felt that. So, you know, everything switched reels for me. And I just been on this quest trying to get us true equality, you know, not just equality on, you know, social issues, but economic equality, which is, you know, just as important.
Well, let's just jump right in then, Q, because I have been, you know, looking at some of the bites from your interview. You did.
First mistake with all this stuff, with this wig on your head. You don't look at bites from an interview. You read the plan.
Real talk.
You read the plan. But I'm sorry. You know, this is a black man who wrote the plan.
Right.
I mean, this is only the black man. The reason you sit in your butt right here is because this black man, who is a rapper, record producer, actor, screenwriter, film producer, television producer, songwriter, film score composer, film director, voice actor, $160 million net worth. The reason your hot pants are sitting right here is because he put you in a movie.
And it may take a little second for it to get to where I'm trying to get to, so y'all just gonna have to walk with me. We're gonna dissect this whole, well, not the whole interview. I'm gonna do bits and pieces, you know. This thing is 2 hours long. I'm not gonna stay here no 2 hours and do no, hell nah. We finna break down bits and pieces of this thing. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all just stick with me. We're gonna get to the gist of everything. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wrap it all up in a bow and pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what happened was, you know, there was a lot of yelling, a lot of people upset, a lot of reforms being put on the table during George Floyd. But I was looking around for a document that really was speaking on what's the needs in the community and what do we need across the board, not just from government, but from the private sector too. Because there's a lot of companies that are involved in our pain, and they got to pay up too. You know, they owe us reparations as well in some shape or form. So it was nothing. I was looking around. I'm like, damn, where is the document? Where is the ask? What are we asking for as a people across the board?
Not a damn thing.
Not only police.
What we asking for is to get Trump ass out of office. This was at the time. That's all we wanted, was to get Trump out of office. We didn't give a damn who it was. We just wanted Trump out of office. How unintelligent is that? How misinformed are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, just Democrat because that's what it is. You are a citizen. You're not a politician. You don't have to be on one side or the other. I don't even think politicians have to do that, but they, you know, put that on their front on for y'all so y'all can be split down the middle. You can be independent thinking and decide which one has a better choice for you, and then you can choose that one.
You know, we started to go and just find the smartest minds to help try to put a document together so we can actually have something to say, damn, all this is things we need. Now, I'm not a politician, and I shouldn't be the one to have to put this thing together. We've had politicians in place for a long time, and they haven't come up with something like this.
He found a need and he did it. So he added one more thing onto the 11 million plates he's already spinning. And then he's over here talking to you. Y'all can't be bothered to read it, so he need to explain it to you. This is what I'm setting this up for. This ain't this, like you said.
And then he explained it to him, and they still didn't give a damn about trying to hear it. They wasn't trying to listen and understand. They was listening and trying to battle and contest him. And tell him what he doing pretty much is useless. Why? Why not encourage him? Why not try to get something for your people, you and your people? Don't make no sense to me.
Ain't what he does, but because it needed to be done, he did it. That's what men do.
All right. All right.
Y'all got on TV looking like this. All right, we're going to need y'all to go ahead and keep the donations coming in because it's about to get off the chain. You know, Lisa Ray was the only one that came out and tried to be at least start off respectful. But I need you to look at their faces. Not a smile in the group.
And Lisa Ray, she tried to be respectful, but she knew she wasn't going to be bagged by them, and she still wanted to jump in with them on the cool.
Is this what's wrong with black relationships?
Heavy.
Because that's supposed to be friends, right?
Right.
They don't know each other, right?
Right.
This man is an entertainer and an actor, not a politician, but he put something together for black folk, right?
Yeah, he did.
Your friend who's a successful black man.
Yes, he did.
Put something together for black people, right?
Man, he
and
did.
Y'all can't even be bothered to smile?
No. Hell no.
He came to your house, right?
Yeah.
And you can't even greet him with a...
We've not come far at all with 7,000 of us in there. What are we going to do? Who is going to take this and say, okay, I'll be in the front line of this, and then get in the front line and have everybody come on board with you? Because let's be honest, you are Ice Cube and you do have a huge platform. So I would say that for me to know that you've been using your platform to be able to have an initiative like that, I think it's worth you doing the interviews that you're doing and letting everybody know and hear your voice on
I just want to jump in and say, I just don't think it's that fair to the 7,000 black elected officials that have been in office.
Right, to say that they've done nothing.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Boy, they were waiting on that
They
one.
couldn't wait to find something to disagree on. The foundation of so many black women's pathology. They were waiting for something to jump at this brother. Oh. Wait a minute, hold on. I just need to say that I don't think it's fair to say that. How about you ask a question first? Because none of y'all asked the damn question. But you want to jump in and say what ain't right. With your rock faces.
I think that's
rock face head ass.
Walk down because as we saw with
A lot of progress has been made.
It's not as simple as
A lot of progress has been made. Shut up, Vivica Fox.
Just a moment ago, though, remember, we coming back to the beginning now. She said that black people have been going through a lot and it's been extra rough lately. And then she chimed in and said, hitting different. But all of a sudden, it's been some progress. And truth be told, there's less ownership. If you look at the statistics, it shows there's less ownership in black America than it was in 1950s, than it was in 1960s. We have less ownership. We don't own land. We don't own homes. We don't own businesses as much as we did in the past. Why is that? And what he's trying to do, Ice Cube, is put together a contract and get what is owed to us, not asking for a handout. He asking what is owed to us. So when that bill collector call you every month, or when whatever bill you owe, and they hitting you up, they're trying to get that dollar. That's what we should be doing. I'm telling you, Black America is owed reparations. And Ice Cube stepped up, doing something he don't have to do, going out of his way, adding onto his plate, and trying to help his people. But they are so combative because they want to disagree. They don't want it to be a black man that's doing this, and these are black women. And we ain't speaking on all black women. We speaking on these women right here. They sour. We got to get rid of this attitude.
I'm about tired of seeing your twisted up mouth everywhere. Every time you come on camera, your face is twisted up. We get it. You're a smart, sassy, strong black woman. Do you have another gear? Do you have another character? You've been playing the same character for the last 30 years. We get it. Damn.
And we got a lot of people, working hard for progress that just the facts are it hasn't happened.
Facts. Remember? So many women like these women here have a problem with truth. Facts. It's all about feelings. Feelings. I need you ladies who disagree with me, ask yourself a question. Do you get the feeling or the vibe that these women came into this conversation with this black man in good faith? Does anyone in here honestly look at the panel of women talking to this black man that they know and admire, respect, seen his track record, been married to the same black woman since 1992?
That's when I was born.
Does anybody feel the vibe that they came into this particular conversation, interview on their platform, professional platform, in good faith?
I mean, do you? You think they came in the conversation with good faith? I mean, let me know in the comment section. Respectfully. Even if you agree with me, you can be respectful. We ain't got to dog them out. Just let me know. And if you disagree with me, let me know respectfully. But it seems to be no pleasing these women whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm clowning because this is pathetic. Every one of these women over here is 45 plus. And look at how they're talking.
Ha! This is why they are disparaging Kevin Samuels while he's passed. If you didn't know, and if you did know, I'm just, bringing it back up for you to realize, because sometimes we forget things. The internet causes us to have a short attention span, but the internet don't forget shit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Or something is happening, whatever, it's there. Now, let's say they give us all the $500 billion that we asked for. Do you honestly think, and I'm not even trying to be funny or trying to catch nobody up or nothing, I'm just asking like a real question.
Whoa. They have no good faith at all, man. Why does it matter what somebody else does with their piece of the pie? Allow that person to mess up, invest, do whatever they need to do with their money. But if you don't want your money, how about you put it in donation for Black America? Put it back into the pocket. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want yours, I'm just saying.
State of how our community is already broken, how we already have PTSD, how we already are not connecting already interculturally. The infrastructure of African Americans in general is just jammed up with or without money. Do you think, and what could be the process of, once we get this money, of implementing it properly into our communities and really being able to allocate it where it makes sense and matters, and what's going to be necessary for that to happen?
Well, what I said on the show,
Ladies, that's how your guys sound when you call into the show. You just talk in a stream of consciousness, and you ask a question that no one in the world can answer.
At all.
Well, they gave us all the money. As traumatized as black folks is, what's the process for implementing it? And who are the people who going to do it? And how are we going to figure it out? Did you contract with America? No. So what difference does it make if I would even tell you? Well,
exactly.
I'm a queen with a cocktail.
Princess with the tea.
About the Million Man March,
Oh man, you see what I'm saying? This is what brings so much hate out of them, what drives such steamy rage and happy and joyous. They feel so good that Kevin is gone. This is why they hate Kevin Samuels right here. This is why they are glad that he's gone. And they are rejoicing over his death. Because he spoke the truth and showed people how they really are. He just talked about it. That's it. He just talked about this interview that they had with Ice Cube. And y'all need to go and watch the whole interview to check out Ice Cube's demeanor throughout the whole interview. He held his composure and was very professional throughout the whole interview, you know? But they kept on, that was at his ass, you know what I'm saying? Especially Vivica, which we about to jump into right now.
Vivica A. Fox coming through, basically gonna get straight in her feelings. And here's the funny thing: you want black men to lead, then you want to tell us how to lead. This woman is the woman who had when they did this whole Jeannie My Jeezy thing, problem with submission. Her 56-year-old self has a problem getting her attitude around submission to this day.
Oh, so they were around the same age.
Here we go.
It's going to make them start in the next 4 years that they are given more and given more during a pandemic. I know you got to take a break. Hold that thought, but I just got to ask that and make that statement because you can't make them owe them all of that, and they've been there for 3.5 years. So,
I ain't trying to make them do nothing. So
we need them to do something if we're going to trust them to do it.
Hold on, guys. We got to take a quick break.
Okay.
I definitely want to talk about that.
She's so mad.
QB has some very, very good points.
Why she mad at him?
But this current administration is using the military to enforce their own agenda, and we want to talk about that. So let's take a quick break. A lot of gems are being dropped here. We'll be back with more Cocktails with the Queens when we return after this break. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. We have Ice Cube here, and we are talking about his contract with Black America and some very legit questions here. Vivica, before we went to break, you asked about if the current administration.
Did all these legit questions. None of these questions are legit because they ain't about policy. They're not about policy or economics. And yes, he has also advised with Dr. Claude Anderson of Powernomics. Ice Cube did his work, and he has a receipt and a resume to show it. What have any of these women on the panel accomplished?
But check this out. The thing is this. I'm not here saying he gonna do anything, but he didn't make a promise to me. He made a campaign promise to the world. So he's on record for that. Now, we wanted Joe Biden on record. He has a plan, but I don't know if his plan really pinpoints Black people. So we want a plan that pinpoints Black people. We don't know if any of them gonna do it. But when you have a person on record as a campaign promise, you have more to go at him with because he's told the world this is what he's going to do. And if he doesn't deliver, he looks bad to everybody. Now, why hasn't dude done it in 3 years? I don't know. Nobody's been pressing him. Everybody's been like, he's the boogeyman, run. And nobody's been pressing him on behalf of Black people because we've been just waiting for Democrats to get back in.
I do not agree with you on that statement. There has been a lot of people that have asked him, what about the wall? What about the kids in cages? I mean, there's a lot of things.
What the wall got to do with Black people? Okay, now we can address that. We can handle that on a different occasion. But see, just a moment ago, they was talking about leading singularly for Black people. That means just for black people alone. Now you talking about something else. You just trying to find some kind of reason to deflect, and you don't know what you talking about. You just stupid. You ain't listening. Damn.
I understand that.
I'm not gonna give him no plus signs whatsoever.
But check this out.
I'm not gonna give him no plus size whatsoever. Why she sound like somebody, grandma talking about some, I'm not gonna give him no plus sign at all. Just get him out the office. I don't care who you put in there. And get somebody in there that's gonna be worse than him. What's wrong with her? Like, wouldn't it make sense to try to ask for something instead of just sitting there with your mouth closed? mad. That's what's wrong with a lot of y'all, man. We don't understand that conversation rule the nation. It's how you work your mouthpiece and use what you got to get what you want. And I ain't, no pun intended. But you gotta learn how to use your resources around you, form some type of contract or pact or something to present to the parties for my people. And if you can't if you can't produce what my people want, we ain't voting for you. Simple as that. And if neither one of y'all can produce for us, we ain't voting for neither one of them. And guess what? That'll hurt them as well. But that's another conversation.
Who gives a shit what you give, Vivica Fox? You can't keep a man. You think Donald Trump cares whether or not you give him a plus sign? One of your biggest regrets is you never had a kid. You never turned that a plus sign. See, I got a problem with women like you. Thinking that you talk as though you're someone to be appeased. You're wrong on the facts. You're wrong on the data. You're wrong on the statistics. All you got is a lot of damn attitude. And the brother's still trying to talk. And here's the thing. She's basically said, forget it. She's about to go off the rails, talking all over him. Can't get a word in edgewise. This is about to get real ugly. Over what? Over uninformed women, uninformed about the work a black man did and is trying to do for black people. And nothing is good enough. That ain't, I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. Do this, do that. Do it this way. And I need you to ask yourself the overall arching question. Is this what's wrong with black relationships? This has been played. This gets played out on micro levels all across this country.
Definitely.
In black relationships, especially Generation X. This is what far too many guys are seeing. And the people, I think you've been hurt. You're stupid. If somebody comes in and types that stuff, time them out. Because again, not wanting to see the forest for the trees. Who wants to put up with this? Can't even have a conversation with it about facts. And politics in this country is about money. Let's go.
I'm talking about pressing him to give things to black people. These are country issues. I'm talking about black people pressing him to give things to black people. Everybody treated him like the boogeyman. Nobody would go and press him to give things to black people. The stuff that he's doing to the rest of the country, I understand that, but we raggedy. We got to get our. We have to press any president that ends up winning. We have to press, or it's not going to work. We can't just press one side.
He says when we do press them, that the other people are fine people. I mean, is that right? He won't denounce the people that hurt us and suppress us. And then the policeman had his neck on somebody's neck for 9 minutes. He never support them.
I'm not here to fight about what he did.
He's talking about policy. He's talking about her feelings.
Sheesh.
This is one of the things that gets stuck so much because how do you move forward when these people are supposed to be friends, know one another? And this is live, recorded. And what I was really surprised and happy to see so many women in the comment section of these videos so disappointed with the showing of these women. There's a tipping. People are starting to wake up and realize that for the black women that apply, you're not special victims. You create a lot of the problems you have in your life, and then you wonder why you're in the state that you're in. Is this what's wrong with black relationship? This dynamic right here.
Well,
little bootleg ass,
there you have it. The full interview to Kevin's video, to the interview with Ice Cube that they did, and to the link that they were bashing Kevin Samuels over his death would be in the description. So if you want to check out all of those without any interruption or just all the way through to dissect even more on how, you know, you may feel about it, go ahead and do so. And if you vibed all the way out to the end, I really do appreciate you. You understand what I'm saying? Let me know some in that comment section how you feel. You know, if you agree, if you disagree, and be respectful, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate each and every last one of my subscribers, and we all think differently, you know what I'm saying? And y'all not gonna agree with me on every single subject. You know, I may say something, you know, that you may not agree with. So, you know, charge it to my mind and not my heart. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, till next time, I'm SheldonVybez. I need y'all to be cool like the other side of the pillow. Stay light on your toes like you supposed, and
if you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
On God.